812-667-5645. That's 812-667-5645. FriendshipFleaMarket.com.
Hey Cincinnati, Noelle here from Ultimate Air Shuttle. I'm excited to announce that the Ultimate Experience is back. On July 20th, flights resume between Cincinnati and England Monday through Friday. As always, health and safety is our top priority. We follow and read the guidelines by the CDC. Wait to have you on board. Go to ultimateshuttle.com and explore our new services such as our exclusive GDS visibility for corporate travel agents, select a seat, and our all-new Ultimate Plus pricing. Book now at ultimateairshuttle.com.
Awareness of electrical hazards in your home is the first step to reducing dangerous shock and electrical-related home fires. Cooper Electric is a Greater Cincinnati provider of Current Safe, an in-depth test of your home's electrical system utilizing revolutionary methods of testing that offers homeowners the opportunity to detect electrical hazards before they become a problem. Trust the electrician with over 70 years' experience. Cooper Electric. Make safety a top priority in your home by having it become Current Safe. For no-cost consultation, visit cooper-electric.net.
Cincinnati's Oldies Network.
WDJO, Cincinnati.
The following is a paid program. Its views and opinions are not necessarily those of this station or its management.
Good morning, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour starring Gary Rossignol of RE/MAX Preferred Group. To be part of the program, dial 513-563-1480 to get your answers to questions about your home and property. That number again, 513-563-1480. Now, here's Gary.
Morning, Cincinnati. I have a fun and informative show planned for us today. My name's Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist, the rock and roll realtor with RE/MAX Preferred Group, your host every Saturday morning, right here from 9 to 10 a.m. My special guest this morning has spent over 45 years in the construction industry and is the home modification specialist with KBC Construction since 2017. He's one of the founding members of the nonprofit organization CARE, which is Cincinnati Aging Resource Experts. I've been looking forward to spending this hour with my friend and colleague, Mr. Larry Peet.
Good morning.
Oh, the crowd's cheering us on, Larry. Getting a standing ovation already.
Oh, I love it.
I know. Well, we're going to have fun this morning. Right here in the middle of this pandemic, we're just going to blast it out all over Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. And as far as WDJO reaches, we're going to let people know what you do, the special things that KBC does. They're just such a special company. We're going to get into that in just a moment. But let's do a little rock and roll trivia. How about a Who Am I? This is for a $10 gift card to Starbucks. Sponsored by Flying Pig Pest Control. Their number's 513-993-5455. The boss hog, Paul Redwine, says this little piggy means business when it comes to household pests. So call him this week, and you can get a free termite wood-boring insect inspection. Just call them at 513-993-5455. If you haven't won the past 60 days, you qualify and can win today. If you answer this question, just call us at 513-563-1480. The question is, in 1989, we released our 10th album, Pump, with 3 hit singles, Love in an Elevator, The Other Side, and Janie's Got a Gun. Who are we? That first one is a dead giveaway. If you listen to any music at all, you know who did Love in an Elevator. Anyhow, call us at 513-563-1480. The first 2 correct answers will get a $10 gift card to Starbucks. So there you go. The phones are lighting up already. Dan's on the phone taking the names and numbers. All right, first things first, Larry, tell us about Ken Bryan Construction, a.k.a. KBC.
KBC is a home remodeling company. Been in business for since 1987. I've been with him now for about 3 years, and I specialize in home modifications for aging adults and people with disabilities. I work with for private pay people as well as working for the agencies of Council on Aging. We're a provider for them as well as a provider for Medicaid. We work with the Veterans Administration, work with the Hamilton County DDS, as well as the Southwest Ohio Council of Governments. I'm taking my 40-some years of experience at the end of my career here to put it to good use, helping people become more comfortable in their homes.
That's a lot. And I got my hats are off to Ken Bryan for taking the extra step that a lot of construction companies don't care to have these certifications. Like, he's certified aging in place. He's also a member of the Home Builders Association, which is the National Home Builders Association. And in conjunction with them, they really take a deep look at the ADA formats for folks.
Working with universal design, yes.
Exactly. But there's a big difference in being in aging in place modifications versus the universal design.
It is. Universal design starts at the very beginning. If you're getting ready to build a house, and even if you're young, you start looking at all the different things you can do with your home that will allow you to stay in your home from day one all the way through raising your children to aging in place when you get older. Aging in place takes an existing home, and the modifications oftentimes are very visible, such as a handicap ramp. Those things stand out, where universal design has 0-step entries.
Mm-hmm. Right. Universal design starts with the new construction end of it.
That is correct.
You can do some modifications to a home that will appear to be universal design if the home is set up properly.
Right, and that's where we like to get in with people, especially as they're aging, early on, to try to help them start modifying their home so that it blends in better, looks better, and so many people today want to stay in their homes. They don't want to go into the communities. They want to stay at home. They like their neighborhood. They like their neighbors, and we want to help them make that home as safe as possible for them.
Exactly. Having a really close place in my heart for seniors and also our military, I have my senior real estate specialist designation, which is similar to the aging in place certification. Yes. I have been trained and the experience to sit down with our senior citizens and their families and discuss what their wants and needs are, because once we get to be 60, 70, 80 years old, still get out there, work out, do the yard work. However, sometimes when the laundry rooms, I got a family right now where they have almost 2 acres of land, and he cuts it still. The laundry room's in the basement. The bedroom's upstairs. They've lived there for years, but they just says, Gary, we're just ready to throw in the towel. We can't maintain this property any longer. My kids won't do the yard. My wife has to navigate the steps. And I says, we talked about modifying their home. They want to get into a place that's independent living,
right,
where they can morph into some assisted living when the time comes.
Right.
So that's where our care team stepped in. I had Jenny Sanchez get in touch with them, and they're looking for that special place, and they're sorting through all their belongings that they've had for many, many years. I put them in touch with everything but the house, because they've got some great collections. And then a lot of stuff that we're just not going to use anymore. So now they talk with Jack Brindamore at Junk King, because they do a wonderful service there. So, but there are some folks who, and you probably heard this, they're going to carry us out in the pine blocks
more than once.
We're only going to go out feet first.
Yes.
So they're there to stay. They'll hobble up and down the steps till they can't any longer. But that's where you come in. That's where I introduce you, and you can go in and you can remodify just about any home to work for them.
We can, and the things that you mentioned there, like moving the laundry to the first floor, as their children worry about mom and dad going up and down those steps to the basement and them falling. Yes, we can do the modifications and help them get everything into a first floor situation that allows them to stay in that home for many years to come.
Yeah. simple little things like when the house was built back in the. Oh, okay. Mike has a question. Let's take the phone call. Put your headphones on, Larry. Good morning, Mike. You have a question for us?
Yeah, Gary. I was wondering. I've been in my house now for about 40 years, and over the years we've made a lot of modifications to the house, including adding a sunroom in the back. Do you think it would be a good idea to create a list of all the changes and upgrades that we've made? I don't have specific dates, but I can put it in sequence.
You thinking about selling your home, Mike?
Not in the next 2 years.
Okay, all right. But you want to make the list just to have reference to that?
Yeah.
I think that's an excellent idea, don't you, Larry?
Yes, it is. It is. I think it makes the house. Go ahead.
The only thing I regret is that I don't have specific dates, and I'm wondering, it might be a suggestion to newer homeowners to go ahead and establish that list if you think it's worthwhile.
Oh, absolutely, Mike. In 2 years when you're ready to sell the home, that list will be very, very valuable to folks, especially if your home, the modifications complied to the ADA specifications.
That is correct.
That would be perfect for an elderly couple who wants to move into a home like yours that's set up for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Good question. Right. Yeah, good idea.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling, Mike.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good point.
It is. He's got his house ready, and if people would look at the house, it would help them decide if that's the right. Yes.
Even if you haven't done the ADA modifications, if you've replaced the roof, you've replaced the HVAC system, you've done work on the the plumbing or the flooring, these updates and the dates when you did it is very, very important, especially to today's buyer. And I'll talk about that here in just a moment. First, the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by KBC Construction. Their phone number is 513-385-9165 or kbcinc.net. What a great website you guys have.
Yes,
oh,
it
my
is.
Gosh.
Oh, it is. They keep it up to date, and it's got great examples of what he does.
Very interesting. I mean, some websites are just boring. You're on there about 5 seconds and you're off. But This one moves. It shows photos, shows examples, talks about all the players with the company. Not long, page-long bios, but simple little titles. Shows the certifications. Some example. It's a great website. I love it.
Yes, it is.
I was on it for about a half hour last night. I went, wow, I've been on this website for 30 minutes. I'd like to express my gratitude to all our troops, our veterans, and first responders, and our heroes in service and healthcare. That be the nurses and doctors, nurses, aides, and healthcare staff, the EMT staff, our police and firefighters. So often they deal with life and death situations, and especially during this pandemic. Thank them and keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Many stood up to the fatal task on 9/11, 19 years and a day ago. And we definitely want to remember them. We don't ever want to forget that day. Hundreds lost their lives trying to save folks who were stuck in those Twin Towers. And, they just go the extra mile. I can't applaud them more than what we can. If you have a question like Mike did, call us at 513-563-1480. So, KBC stands for Ken Bryant Construction.
That is, and also Key to Better Construction.
Key to Better Construction. Either way you want to go.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. So, the distinct difference between aging in place and universal design is aging in place modifications are mostly commonly installed as part of a remodeling project and targeted to aging homeowners. Universal design is most common in custom and some production home building. So, simple little things like, well, I've got a family who having a brand new Drees patio home built. They're moving from their 4-bedroom, 2-story, 2.5-bath home where the bedrooms are on the second floor, the laundry's in the basement. They can manage it, but they're looking forward, and I think they're very, very smart for doing this. They're getting a patio home. Everything's on one level. They got a nice finished basement area, laundry room, the master bathroom, and they asked me, the shower's we'll probably would like to have some grab bars or whatever. So you went over and looked at it before.
Yes, I did. And what caught my eye on the house is that it is a patio home. I think it's a home that is designed for the empty nester and for the aging in place person. But they didn't have 0-step entries. They still had 3 steps from the garage into the house,
yeah.
2 steps from the front door. And that immediately caught my eye that why the big builders are not taking advantage of this opportunity to make minor adjustments that become a universal design situation, such as 3-foot doors into the master bedroom, 3-foot door to the master bath. Things that, again, universal design makes that house readily available to an older person as well as younger people as well.
Right. When I was doing my homework for today's show, I thought about that. And I went, no, to go in the front door, there's 2 steps. To come in from the garage, there's, like you said, 3 steps. Now, you went in and you showed them, the builder and construction folks, where to put the bracing, so you go in after they move in and put the grab bars that they need. But there's other modifications that they'll probably need to have done in the future.
At some point in time, yes. They're not as big as they are in an older style home, but they will be needed at some point.
Gotcha, right. We need to go away for our first break. After that, we're going to have a moment with Myles, and Larry and I are going to tell you about an amazing organization to help the families and our senior citizens. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now on FM 995 and 1079.
Do you want to sell your home but don't know where to start? Thinking about downsizing, but the process is just too much? Gary Rossignol, real estate pro at RE/MAX Preferred Group and host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO, has the answers. Let Gary put his vast real estate knowledge to work for you. Interest rates are at record lows and the real estate market is red hot. Now is a great time to make your move. Call Gary at 513-777-2402. That's 513-777-2402. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky.
Hi, this is Mark Elliott from the WDJO Morning Show. I buy things online all the time. Books, clothes. Why not a car? So I thought I need a car. I started looking at used cars online, Craigslist and things like that. And then I thought, I don't know anything about cars. How do I know I'm not getting ripped off? So when I got this car, it had like a 7-day return. I immediately took it to John Nolan Auto Service. They looked it over from top to bottom. They checked everything, the tires, the transmission, all those words under the hood that I can't pronounce and know anything about. They gave me a complete list of what was wrong with the car. So I knew if it was the right deal or not. They really helped me out. And the same thing for you for just $59. It costs a lot more than that to get in. But right now, for WDJO listeners only, so tell them you listen to WDJO, they'll do the inspection for you, whether you're buying a car from Craigslist or a dealer or anybody else. 859-291-8833. That's their number. They're in Newport. 859-291-8833. A $59 inspection of the car you want to buy, available now from John Nolan Auto Service.
Awareness of electrical hazards in your home is the first step to reducing dangerous shock and electrical-related home fires. Cooper Electric is a Greater Cincinnati provider of Current Safe, an in-depth test of your home's electrical system utilizing revolutionary methods of testing that offers homeowners the opportunity to detect electrical hazards before they become a problem. Trust the electrician with over 70 years' experience. Cooper Electric. Make safety a top priority in your home by having it become Current Safe. For no-cost consultation, visit cooper-electric.net.
Hi, this is Jack Brennamore, the CEO with locally owned Junk King, and I just recently became a board member for the Dragonfly Foundation, which helps support families fighting a battle with pediatric cancer. With the majority of our fundraising events being canceled due to COVID-19, we need our community support financially more than ever. Please visit us online at dragonfly.org. Everything adds up. Even if it's $5 a month, it would be so helpful. Thank you for having a kind heart, and again, our website is dragonfly.org.
Get on. As Let's rock the house.
Thanks for listening and watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Gary Rossignol, certified residential specialist with RE/MAX Preferred Group, better known as Cincinnati's Rock and Roll Realtor. And now this is the moment we have been waiting for all week. This is the captain of our ship, Myles Beersford, and this is A Moment with Myles. Good morning, Myles.
Hey, Gary, rock and roll, my friend. I want to give a shout out for the Cincinnati area Board of Realtors. In these serious times, the CABR is offering a certification in diversity called At Home with Diversity. At Home with Diversity is an educational opportunity designed to present a picture of the changing face of real estate industry. The class teaches real estate professionals how they can increase their sensitivity and adaptability to future market trends. It addresses issues of diversity, fair housing, and cultural differences. Participants will learn practical skills and tools to expand business and effectively service all cultural groups. This course also serves as an elective course for the Certified International Property Specialist. The course has two major goals: heighten awareness of and sensitivity to the social and cultural makeups of local real estate markets, and to provide practical skills and tools to increase the professional's effectiveness in serving all social groups. The course is 6 hours, 3 hours on October 1st, and 3 hours on October 2nd. Members and non-members can register via the CABR. Further information will be posted on RE/MAX Preferred Group Facebook page. And that's this morning's Moment with Myles.
Wow, that's fantastic, Myles. I didn't even know about that. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to sign up. I'm a continuing education junkie. I can't get enough education. I'm on webinars every week just trying to learn more of what I need to know. That's Mr. Myles Beersford alongside of his lovely wife, Christine. They are the owners of RE/MAX Preferred Group. By the way, RE/MAX Preferred Group is the largest RE/MAX brokerage in the entire state of Ohio, and I am so proud to be part of such a great organization because they really care. They care about our customers and clients. They care about our agents. They care about our offices and our office staff, and we've got the best. Later during the show, we're going to have a visit with Bill Carigon of the Dragonfly Foundation, and I'm really grateful and happy to have all my loyal listeners. I'd like to shout out to Carol in South Lebanon, and Felicia, and Reed Young, and Earl Meyer, Jane Raymax Real, Leah Crane, Steve Zinzer, Shane Olson, Pauline Lane in New Richmond, and Debbie Schultz, and Howard Seward, my family, and all the many realtor friends that tune in or watch each week on Facebook. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour is brought to you today by KBC Construction, 513-385-9165, or you can get them on the web at kbcinc.net. Fabulous website. Love it. Love it. If you have any questions at all about modifying your home, even if you're not aging, but let's say you had that hip replaced, or you had the knees replaced, and now you're kind of navigating, getting into the front steps or into the bathroom. I heard a great discussion about ADA toilets. And they make toilets for short people.
Like I said, I've been in this business 49 years, and I look at a 14-inch high toilet and I wonder, what were we thinking?
I know. It's like, it's the most common thing in the world. And tub showers, there's nothing to hold on to. You got the towel rack holder or the shower curtain rod, and if you lean on it too far, it's going to fall down.
It's come down on you.
And I'm trying to deal with my tub. I'm putting those little strips on, but they don't stick. They last about a week or two.
Right.
And
right.
What's with it? This rough floor, so you a non-slip floor.
I guess they don't do it, and yes, that's why we like putting in the showers that have the rough bottom on them, so that become non-slip, and add a couple of grab bars. And grab bars come not in just the very institutional-looking hospital ones, but they got them now that are more modern-looking, and they blend in with your accessories around the bathroom.
Yeah, right. So, Larry, we are both members. We're founding members with a group called CARE, which is Cincinnati Aging Resource Experts. And we have an event coming up this Thursday, September the 17th. It's a virtual panel meeting.
Yes.
If you want to join us, if you are a family member, kids, grandkids, or if you are a senior and you just have a question for a elder law attorney, a question about Social Security or Medicare, Medicaid questions, questions about, we've got Sue Glue has a great service, an errand service. They'll work for you. They'll go to the grocer for you. They'll come in and do the dishes. They'll walk your dog. If you are a in-home care person, if you have mom and dad living with you and you're caring for them 24/7, you may need a break, an afternoon break. And Cheryl Jeffers with Home Instead Senior Care, they offer those services.
Yes.
We've got it covered from the beginning to the end. Of course, you with KBC, we've got Junk King, we've got Adam Cahill, who is with the Medicare. Oh, and Matt Maloney, he was on the show a couple weeks ago with Mulaney's Pharmacy.
Yes.
And they specialize in everything from walkers to chair lifts to medication. He's a registered nurse, so we've got the whole gambit. And it's this Thursday at 11:30 a.m. All you need to do is call Cheryl Jeffers at 513-701-3141, and she'll send you the login so you can get on our Zoom meeting.
It's a fantastic group. Every time we get together, there's always something that I learn. It's since I'm an older person myself, and if you got any type of questions at all, it's a fantastic wealth of information that is just it's fantastic to have them all together in one place at one time.
And this week's event is sponsored by Optimized Senior Living, which is a family compassion integrity is what it says about senior living. I haven't researched them yet. They will have someone there that will explain what Optimized Senior Living is all about, so I'm looking forward to that. But it's an hour and 30 minutes. The first few minutes we introduce ourselves, let you know what we do. If you have a question, it's an open forum. Like I said, it's on Zoom, so you can log in on your laptop, your smartphone, your desktop computer, what have you. You can get the family around. You can ask questions. We'll answer your questions for you. It's just a bunch of great information. So call Cheryl this week at 513-701-3141. And I know there's a lot of baby boomers that tune in to WDJO. And even if it's not in your thoughts or of what you want to do in the next couple of years, there's going to come a day when, and especially the folks with Medicare strategies and Oasis senior advisors, these folks encourage you to start early.
That is correct.
When you get 40 to 50 years old, it's not too early to start planning for your 60 and 70 and 80 year lifespan.
Absolutely, and that's what this group is all about, is to help you start making the planning. You may not need it today, but you may need it in 5 or 10 years, and they help you get ready.
Right. Questions on real simple questions, which Tara Jones can answer is, okay, so we've got some real estate, and we want to leave it to our kids or our surviving spouse. How do we set that up? Do we do a trust? Do we do a will? And how does that look? What about our living will? All these questions come up, and how do we? There's so and so we don't want to have involved in our leftovers. You can specify how all that's taken care of ahead of time. Don't wait until it's too late.
That's right. And she says, keep it away from probate.
Oh, yeah. Probate, I get it. There's a point where somebody leaves our earth and they have things and no one specified where it goes, so somebody has to be a referee. And that's basically what probate is. It's the state, the government stepping in, refereeing who's going to get what. And if you want to leave it up to that takes months, could take a year. But why?
Yes, why? Well, go ahead and get everything in order as soon as you can.
Just bypass all that probate crap and specify who gets what. That's the best thing to do. So that's this Thursday at 11:30. And it is a virtual panel event. Call Cheryl Jeffers this week at 701-3141. Just let her know that you heard about it on the radio, and she will get you the login information. It's going to be a fun thing. I can't wait for Thursday, and we will, all 12 or 13 of us will be there to answer all your questions. So don't touch that dial. After our next break, I have my music history coming up, and then Larry Peet will walk us through some basic things KBC can do to help folks be safe in their homes. And that's a whole hour. So can you do that in 10 minutes, Larry?
I'm ready.
All right. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Do you want to sell your home but just don't know where to start? Are you thinking about downsizing, but the process is just too much? Gary Rossignol, real estate pro at RE/MAX Preferred Group and host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour, has the answers. Let Gary put his vast real estate knowledge to work for you. Interest rates are at record lows. The market is red hot. Now is a great time to make your move. Call Gary, 513-777-2402. 513-777-2402. Licensed in Ohio and Kentucky, 513-777-2402.
Are you looking for a taste of New Orleans here in the Natty? Then come to Brew River Creole Kitchen. Their 4 spacious dining areas include private 7-foot-tall wooden booths and follow our state's guidelines for safe distancing. Or dine outside on their festive extended outdoor patio with live music Wednesday through Saturday evening, weather permitting. Of course, if you'd rather take the New Orleans-inspired cooking home with you, Brew River Creole Kitchen offers curbside pickup, DoorDash, and online ordering. Under the tutelage of Emerald Lagasse, Executive Chef Michael Shields has learned the secrets of New Orleans cooking and prepares this area's authentic, locally sourced, made-from-scratch Creole cuisine nightly every Wednesday through Saturday, along with brunch on Sunday. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram for pop-up po' boy specials. Brew River Creole Kitchen on Eastern Avenue, just off the levee, and online at brewrivercreolekitchen.com. Brew River Creole Kitchen. It's a taste of New Orleans here in the Natty.
Take a step back away from the hurried life you live today and relax. Take a stroll through the Covered Bridge Antique Mall. For the past 26 years, Covered Bridge Antique Mall has been the go-to shop for treasure and bargain hunters from the tri-state and beyond. Beautiful antiques, jewelry collectibles, and one-of-a-kind items. Covered Bridge Antique Mall, a truly unique shopping experience. 7508 Hamilton Avenue in the heart of historic Mount Healthy. 513-521-5739 or visit their Facebook page. Covered Bridge Antique Mall is open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 5, closed Monday, following all state recommended COVID safety guidelines.
Hey Cincinnati, Rick here from Ultimate Air Shuttle. I'm excited to announce the Ultimate Experience is back. On July 20th, flights resume between Cincinnati and Cleveland, Monday through Friday. As always, health and safety is our top priority. We follow and exceed the guidelines set by the CDC. We can't wait to have you on board. Go to ultimateairshuttle.com and explore our new services such as our exclusive GDS visibility for corporate travel agents, select a seat, and our all-new Ultimate Plus pricing. Book now at ultimateairshuttle.com.
I just love this part of the show because it's time for my music history. This is what happened back in 1954. The first teen idol, Frank Sinatra, was at number 1 on the singles chart with 3 Coins in the Fountain. It was his very first number one hit. The song was the Academy Award-winning Best Original Song for 1954. Way to go, Frank. Today in 1966, NBC aired the very first episode of the Monkees TV show in the U.S. The series ran for a total of 58 episodes. Wow. Today in 1970, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles were at number one on the singles chart with Tears of a Clown. It was their first number one hit. Stevie Wonder, who was discovered by Miracles member Ronnie White and his producer Hank Cosby, wrote the music for the song. Today in 1987, Michael Jackson kicked off his Bad World Tour by playing the first of 3 sold-out nights at the Carigon Stadium in Tokyo, Japan. By the end of the 123rd date tour, Jackson had played for over 4 million fans across 15 countries. Wow. Trivia question. 1989, Aerosmith released Pump, their 10th studio album, which featured the hit singles Love in an Elevator, The Other Side, and Janie's Got a Gun. Aerosmith found themselves in law school textbooks after a small rock band named Pump sued Aerosmith's management company for service mark infringement. You don't fight Aerosmith. Aerosmith won the case. Today in 1991, Stevie Nicks and Christine McVie from Fleetwood Mac announced they were leaving the band at the end of their current tour. At the time, some believed that Nicks and McVie's departures were hastened by bad blood in the wake of Fleetwood's memoir, Fleetwood, My Life and Adventures in Fleetwood Mac, Fleetwood Mac. Well, there was a lot of other problems with that band, too. Today in 1997, founder of the Polar Music record label, songwriter, producer, and ABBA's manager, Stig Anderson, died of a heart attack. Anderson co-wrote some of ABBA's biggest hits, such as Waterloo, Mamma Mia, SOS, Fernando, Dancing Queen, Knowing Me, Knowing You, and this song, The Name of the Game. His funeral was broadcast live on Swedish television, an honor otherwise only reserved for distinguished statesmen or royalty. Today in 2007, the surviving members of Led Zeppelin announced they would reform for a star-studded tribute concert in London. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Paul Jones would play at a show to remember the Atlantic Records founder Ahmet Ertegun. The place of Led Zeppelin drummer John Bonham, who died in 1980, would be taken by his son Jason. The one-off concert, the trio's first performance for 19 years, would take place at the O2 Arena in London on November the 26th of 2007. Wow.
I've heard people say that.
What an iconic voice. We know who this is. He was born today in 1944. Barry White, soul singer and producer. He had the 1974 number one single, You're the First, the Last, My Everything, and this 1974 number one single, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Babe. White died from kidney failure on July the 4th in 2003 at the age of 58. What a young guy, but man, what a voice. I hope you found these bits of music history as interesting as I did while researching today. My name is Gary Rossignol, rock and roll realtor with Max Preferred Group. I play with the greatest classic rock band, Bluestone Ivory. Go to bluestoneivory.com for our full empty schedule to the end of the year. We haven't been able to play since February, but that's common across the country. I mean, we're just, I'm going to put together a little, I told my wife last night, I'm going to do a little half-hour front porch concert. Just me, myself, and I, and the neighborhood. I get to play at church tomorrow. So I get to do that once a month with my dear friend Chris Roching. But anyhow, Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour brought to you today by KBC Construction, 513-385-9165. Catch them on the web at kbcinc.net, a fabulous website. Madeline Crawford and Jason Aubrey both won a $10 gift card to Starbucks. They knew the answer was Aerosmith. Oh, love that band. What a great band they are. So, Larry.
Yes.
You've probably heard, and we mentioned this before, they'll carry me out in a pine box, or the only way I'm leaving is feet first. What can be done?
What I normally do is when I get a call to a home is to do an assessment of where they're at. One, you talk to them. What do they want? What are they thinking about? What are their, and then you sort of evaluate their physical conditions now, and you actually ask them, what do you see yourself at in a few years? Are you failing in certain areas? Are you going to be less mobile? And so we go through the house, basically always starting with the bathroom, because that's the most dangerous area.
Yeah.
Getting in and out of the tub, trying to get rid of the tub and get into just a shower. Raise the toilet height. In some cases, expanding the bathroom, thinking ahead to wheelchairs. Wheelchair needs a 5-foot turning radius just to be able to work it around in the bathroom.
Right.
You actually spend time looking at if a person has a caretaker, putting things in for the caretaker so that they can remain safe as they're trying to help move you around. So we evaluate lighting, floors. Is the floor too slick? The type of shower. Does it become a barrier-free? What can we do to make that bathroom? And then, of course, make the door wider to 3 foot, since both bathroom doors are 28 inches and wheelchairs can't get through it.
Right.
Then you start walking through the house, and most of your OTs and physical therapists start looking at carpets. Are they tripping hazards? Trying to get rid of the tripping hazard. If you have a wheelchair, get rid of the carpet and get down to a hard floor, a hardwood or a luxury vinyl tile type floor. And then work your way through into the kitchen. If the person still wants to remain active in their kitchen, we can start doing, there's so many things out there today and designs that can make the kitchen more accessible to somebody that may be in a wheelchair or just physically has a hard time getting around and reaching up and getting to something. There's things that you can pull out of your upper cabinets that brings the shelves down closer to you that you can work with them. We raise dishwashers up so it's easier to get into.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then we've done things such as instead of a stove with an oven in it, you put the wall type oven in, and then you put the stove down at a height where you can go underneath it with your wheelchair. All these things, and then you just sort of work your way out of the house for accessibility. Be it handrails, if you need it. I'm looking at doing a job for a lady whose the steps are irregular for her dad, and she's very concerned about him falling. So we're going to redo the steps at an easier step height, make it consistent, and put handrails on it, all the way up to putting the wheelchair ramp. And there's the temporary type ones, steel and aluminum, or we can do them that are custom and look and blend them into the house. All these things are there to help you feel safer. As children will look at their parents and worry about them.
Yeah.
These things make them feel more comfortable that mom and dad are in a much safer environment and less chance of them falling and hurting.
Exactly. And when you total the cost of all these things up versus building a new house that's universal design already, or going from the 2-story home, which could be modified to live on one floor, versus buying a newer ranch-style home where everything is on one floor, the trade-off is probably going to come out ahead by modifying your home.
I agree. And there's times I've actually said, no, I'm actually working with someone now. They've got 2 different houses they want to try to modify, but they're very old 1920 houses. I'm not sure if it's cost effective at all.
Right.
But you always have to evaluate. These people want to stay in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
They've grown. They've raised their children there. They know the area. They know where to go. So sometimes the financial is not as important as just staying where they're most comfortable at.
Some of the modifications. Let's say the person in need is a veteran. There's some special financing for them. There's some lots of different areas that you specialize in to help them come up with the money to support those.
There is
modifications.
the VA is very good. The VA's got different programs that, and I'm not sure of all the pieces to it. Medicaid through different through their different the Council on Aging, Molina has finances to help. If you have ALS, a type of disabilities, the Hamilton County DDS working with disabilities for older people as well as young children. There's financing out there to help them. Yes.
Yeah. The information on ADA, which is the Americans with Disabilities Act, was put into law July 26, 1990. That's 30 years ago. And we need to thank President George H.W. Bush for pushing that through. And the ADA is one of America's most comprehensive pieces of civil rights legislation that prohibits discrimination and guarantees that people with disabilities have the same opportunities as everyone else to participate in the mainstream of American life, to enjoy employment opportunities, to purchase goods and services, and to participate in state and local government programs and services. So it's modeled after the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination. And we take that very serious, especially in the real estate business. We talk about fair housing and disabilities as a protective class. We cannot discriminate against any of that. However, the house is designed a certain way and needs to be modified, we can't expect the owner to do that. But in building homes and wanting to live in a particular kind of area, we can't say you can't do that.
Right. The ADA, most of that is for commercial, but residential, it definitely has rolled over into that quite a bit.
Right,
yes.
Right. Thank you, Larry. Today's Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour has been brought to you by KBC Construction, 513-385-9165. You can get them on the web at kbcinc.net. Great website. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial, because next we're going to have a visit with Bill Carigon of the Dragonfly Foundation. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO, 1480 AM, now FM 995 and 107.9.
Are you thinking about selling your home or in the market to downsize but don't know where to start? Hi, this is Gary Rossignol, host of the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour on WDJO. If you've been asking these questions, call me today for a no-obligation consultation at 513-777-2402. Let me help you transition from where you are to where you want to be. I'm licensed in Ohio and Kentucky. That's 513-777-2402. And don't forget to catch me Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 right here on WDJO.
It's the Friendship Flea Market in Friendship, Indiana. Saturday, September 12th through Sunday, September 20th. Experience one of the most unique flea markets and antique shows in the world. The 9-day Friendship Indiana Flea Market. Buy, sell, or trade. Shop the nearly 500 vendor booths. And once you've worked up an appetite, there's lots of great food and a variety of dining options. Visitors are welcome to camp during the show. Camping spots with and without electricity are available. Enjoy a bonfire with live music on the weekends. Blacktop streets, wheelchair accessible, and free admission. Parking is $3. Open mornings at 9 every day, September 12th through the 20th. 45 miles west of Cincinnati, 6 miles west of Dillsboro on State Route 62, just east of Friendship, Indiana. Phone 812-667-5645. That's 812-667-5645. FriendshipFleaMarket.com.
Hear what customers are saying.
I love this place. This spot offers some versatility that I wasn't quite expecting when I walked in. You can either sit outside in this awesome walled-in back area or go inside and enjoy the ambiance and some live music. I went with a friend, and it was just perfect. They have a giant courtyard patio with live music. It was 2 guys with acoustic guitars singing and having a great time.
The Blind Lemon, open 7 nights a week. Live music 7 nights a week. The Blind Lemon, 936 Hatch. Mount Adams.
Town Properties is proud of creating truly great places to live, work, shop, and play. Town has the undisputed title of the region's most honored developer and manager. Rent an apartment with Town at the Lofts at Chilito Place, the Gramercy, the Greenwich, the Groton, all in downtown, or nearby at Delta Flats, DeSales Flats, Mount Adams, or Roebling Row in Covington. Find yourself among the jewels of the Queen City. Bars, restaurants, concerts, sports. Select a studio, 1-bedroom, 2 or 3-bedroom apartment home. Visit townproperties.com. Town Properties, great places to live.
If you like country music and star-studded award show, then you'll love 5 Hour Energy's CMA Awards Sweepstakes. 5 Hour Energy wants to send you and a guest to Music City to bask in the glow of music's brightest stars at the 2020 CMA Award. To enter, buy any 5 Hour Energy product, snap a picture of the receipt and upload it. For official rules and how to enter without purchase, go to 5hecountry.com. Sweepstakes end October 10th, 2020. Must be U.S. resident 18 years or older. Void where prohibited. Sponsored by Living Essentials, LLC. Get on.
Hey, you've been listening to the Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour with yours truly, Gary Rossignol, a rock and roll realtor with Remax Preferred Group and your senior real estate specialist. The Dragonfly Foundation supports pediatric cancer families and patients by building a network that connects Dragonfly families to each other and the community by providing programs that enhance the quality of life, enhancing programs and partner with the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. This gentleman is on the board of directors of the Dragonfly Foundation. He is their number one cheerleader and their number one fan for years. And I like to call him my friend, Mr. Bill Carigon. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, Gary, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We've been listening to Jack Brendamore's little 30-second all week long about the month of September is for the cancer awareness. And I think pediatric cancer awareness, correct?
That's correct. The whole month of September. And we are out in Fairfield at Queen City Harley getting set for the Ride for Dragonfly this morning.
Which really isn't going to be a bike ride as much as they're going to have some social distancing festivities going on there, right?
That's exactly right. So we get going this morning. We're setting up right now. The food trucks are already lining up. But we get going at 11:30. We'll have a welcome, and we've got a live DJ to start us off from 11:30 to 1. And then also at 11:30, all the way to 5:30 this afternoon, we'll have food trucks. We'll have beverage sales, merchandise, T-shirts. We're going to have rolls, pots, tons of stuff for the kids as far as games and electric bikes for them to ride and bubbles and all sorts of art projects. So it is going to be a great, great day, and we're just hoping that the rain holds off until after 5:30. But even if it doesn't, we're going to have a great morning. Get out here early at 11:30 and support the Dragonfly Foundation.
There you go. That's it. 5960 Dixie Highway in Fairfield. And this is your third annual event, which will honor the memory of the courageous pediatric cancer patient Walker Super Bubs Herbert.
That's right. Super Bubs. Rest in peace. What a courageous kid.
Yeah. But you will be practicing social distancing and following all the COVID-19 guidelines, so you don't have to feel awkward about showing up. Just wear your mask and follow the rules that you're going to have in place, and it'll be a fun event.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. A couple other things I would like to mention, Gary, if you have just a minute.
Absolutely.
Is, there's only 2 more weeks until the end of the month, and we have a super popular deal going on with our Pappy Van Winkle raffle. There are still raffle tickets available. They're $100 a piece, which might sound a little pricey, but if you look at what is available, if you win this thing, you're going to get a bottle of the 10-year, the 12-year, the 15-year, the 20, and the 23-year-old Pappy, and that's a street value in the thousands, probably over $10,000 in street value, because those bourbons are just so rare, Gary.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have the drawing on October the 1st. So if you've got any bourbon lovers in your audience, you want to jump all over this one.
I do. I've got a couple very dear friends who just drool at the thought of getting a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. So I got my ticket bought. I don't drink, but it'll be a special gift to them if I do win. And they're special in life.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to
Gary, I'd be happy to-
Yeah, so you don't have to be a drinker to go and buy your ticket. I'm sure you have a friend or relative who would just love, just to put it on the shelf and have it as the value is. It's a great investment. So there you go.
And then for all your sweet tooths in the audience, Gary, and I know you love these cookies. The entire month of September, Cervati's has a special Dragonfly cookie. So stop by Cervati and pick up a box of Dragonfly cookies and spread a little cheer to your friends, your family members, your coworkers, and cheer everybody up during this COVID period with a nice Cervati Dragonfly cookie.
Right, exactly. We don't want to forget about the golf tournament coming up, which is going to be on the 28th of September. You're all sold out, but it's going to be a great event. And we also want to mention the Kroger Community Rewards and the Amazon Smiles. Both of these will help the Dragonfly Foundation. If you want to help them right now, ladies and gentlemen, to get out your smartphone, text the word WINGS15 to 71777. Just a simple little $5 donation from you right now goes a long way to help the Dragonfly Foundation. Thank you, Bill, for coming on this morning. We're just about out of time. I'm going to try and stop out at the bike event sometime this afternoon after my house showings are done. I'll stop out and check it out. I'll say hi to you. I'd like to again thank everybody for tuning in. Thank Larry of KBC Construction for another great show. If you missed any of the shows, you can listen to them on the podcast, both audio and all the Facebook videos. You'll find me at rockincincy.com. Please remember, I am a realtor. I am a senior residential specialist, and I am open for business. So if you have any questions about downsizing, outsizing, moving across the country, moving across town, or helping your kids or grandkids get their first home, call me at 513-777-2402. I'm leaving here and going out and helping a young man and his mom find his first condo. And I think we found one. We're going to look at it today. I have a first-time buyer looking at a home in Coleraine Township tomorrow afternoon. So there you go. Don't forget, you want to hug your kids, call your parents, kiss your spouse every day, and wash your hands constantly. Practice social distancing and wear a mask in public. The Rock and Roll Real Estate Hour has been brought to you today by KBC Construction at 513-385-9165. Catch them on the web at kbcinc.net. Next week, I have another compelling show just special for you. And coming up next is Wesley Adams and the Car Tech Show. So I'd like to close out the show, and in honor of all those who lost their lives during 9/11, which was 19 years and a day ago, I would like to end the show with Bluestone Ivory's live recorded version of Lee Greenwood's hit song, God Bless the USA.
Down out of this land, God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota, the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, proud to be American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you. today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Love this land. God bless the USA.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for another great show, and if you have any real estate question, just call me at 513-777-2402 or go to rockandrollrealestateagent.com. Thanks to all my sponsors who make this show possible, as well as Chris and Myles Beersford, brokers of RE/MAX Preferred Group. A special thanks to WDJO station manager Gary Stevens and my producer Dan Gettelfinger. I would also like to shout out to all my clients, friends, family, fans of Blue Sun Ivory, the Dragonfly Foundation, and especially my wife Mary Jo. Until next week, keep knocking on my rockin' houses. So long for now.
The preceding program was a paid program. Its views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of this station or its management.